I'm maybe slightly different to many of the recent Olympic team in that I didn't come through any sort of recognised scheme. I grew up near a sailing club called Chipstead Sailing Club in Sevenoaks in Kent, and started out just crewing for people down the sailing club in a little lake, crewing with my sister in a mirror dinghy, and just putting my name on the notice board, and people would come and ask me to crew for them, and I just used to go out in any sorts of boats, Graduates, Scorpions, Fireflies, Enterprises, whatever I could get out on the water. That's what I used to do, and then I quite often used to ask to borrow the boat and sail it at lunchtime and learn to helm and work my way up. And by the age of 17 is when I moved into 420s and then into the RWA youth squad and through to the Olympic squads. And I think the Volvo Ocean Race is one of the sort of last remaining great sporting adventures. I mean, yes, it's a race, and we're furiously competitive and want to win, but also it's a big challenge, you know, just to sail around the world and tame these boats, 65-foot Grand Prix racing boats with swing keels and only 8 sailors on board. To sail it is quite a big challenge in itself, and you know, I think everybody who finishes the race has a great sense of achievement. I've now done it 3 times and finally managed to win it this year thanks to a fantastic team behind me, and I guess the experience built up over what has been 8 years of ocean sailing. I was involved in 2 America's Cup. I was the last British skipper in 2002, and I did tactics for an Italian team, plus 39, with Ian Percy as skipper in 2007, and yeah, I mean, it's changed unrecognisably from where it was. I mean, fundamentally, I guess it is still a sailing race. It is ultimately a match race, but we're seeing fleet racing as much as we're seeing match racing. We're in catamarans. The catamarans are flying above the water, not floating along in the water, and instead of doing maybe 9 or 10 knots, which we used to do in the version 5, 25-ton America's Cup boats, you know, we're now sailing these catamarans and they're zooming around at up to 40 knots. So, you know, very, very different. The sailors are much fitter, stronger, younger. It's much faster. The races are shorter. You know, but it's lost some things as well. You know, I think it's lost a bit of the tradition. It's lost some of the technical knowledge in sailing big keel boats. It's certainly lost a lot of the tactics and strategy and nuances. So yes, the sport's changed, but I think, you know, you can't stop the change. I think that it's going to attract a new breed of audience, people who maybe don't understand the intricacies or care about the intricacies of sailing a keel boat, but love the idea of seeing boats flying along. So I'm excited to be here. It's a pleasure to see, you know, queues of people to come and see a sailing event, which you don't see that often. I think the last time, in fact the only time I've ever seen that, was London 2012. So there's a lot of buzz about it, and for that reason alone it's got to be a good thing. I think Ben Ainsley's a huge factor. I think without Ben Ainsley you wouldn't have all these people coming here to Portsmouth to see this racing. There's definitely a Ben Ainsley factor, just in the same way that people will go to you know, to the London Athletic Stadium to see Jessica Ennis or Mo Farah, and I think that's a big part of it. If they were sailing, I'm not sure everybody who's coming today knows what they're going to see really. I think they've just heard it's the America's Cup. They know Ben's going to be here. They know there's lots of things to see and do, and hopefully when they see the catamarans, the kids will turn around and say, wow, I want a piece of that.